Hi, this is Nicole Salita and I'm going to discuss about data analysis, software requirements, and reporting to management. Let's start with data analysis. Data analysis is another phase of understanding the existing system. It is the process of systematically applying logical techniques to describe, illustrate, and evaluate data. Once we have gathered the data from the previous phase of data collection, we should now organize and analyze the data. There are two useful tools in analyzing a system. First is the data flow diagram, and the second is the decision table. Data flow diagram is a roadmap that graphically shows the flow of data through a system. It is a very useful tool in showing or representing procedures through drawing, picture, or illustrations. It virtually shows the path taken by data as it moves from its source to a data storage location. The second tool is the decision table, which is also known as the decision logic table. It is a standard table of logical decisions that must be made regarding potential conditions in a given system. It is a structured exercise to formulate requirements when dealing with complex business rules. Decision tables are useful references to the programmers who will implement the system. Useful in cases that involve a series of interrelated decisions, and lastly, it ensures that no alternatives are overlooked. Now, let's proceed with the system requirements. System requirements is the main purpose why we need to gather and analyze the data. First, let's discuss the definition of requirements. Based on the glossary of software engineering terminology, requirement is a condition or capability that must be met or possessed by a system or component. It is to satisfy a contract, standard, specification, or other formally imposed documents. Another definition based on IEE standard glossary is that it is also defined as a condition or capability needed by a user to solve a problem or achieve an object. Lastly, it is also defined as a documented representation of a condition or capability. Another list of definition of requirements would define it as the specification of what should be implemented, description of how systems should behave, functional requirements of the system on various circumstances, and lastly, it is known as the system property and attribute. Now, let's proceed with the three levels of software requirements. The first level is the business requirements. Next is the user requirements. And the third one is the functional requirements. Let's discuss the business requirements. On this level, we need to answer the following questions. Why are we undertaking the project? What benefit will someone get? What are the business objectives? And of course, why should a company spend money on this project? UN Scope document, also known as the project charter or the marketing requirements document, in the corporate world is the container for business requirements. Next level is the user requirements, which answers the question, what will users be able to do? Use case document is essential in defining the user requirements. It is a document where it enlists all the tasks or goals that users need to accomplish in using the product. Also, it is a tool to reveal the functional requirements. The last level is the functional requirements, which answers the question, what does the developer build? In this level, it is essential to list down the requirements on the software requirement specification. This document is also known as the product features and product requirements. Now, let's discuss the non-functional requirements, which are also relevant in creating the software requirements. The first one is the business rules. It tackles the corporate policy, industry standard, government regulation, and computation algorithm. It is also important to talk about how well the software does. Quality software attributes would include usability, portability, maintainability, availability, integrity, efficiency, robustness, and performance. Other non-functional requirements would include external interfaces, which defines the connection of your system to the rest of the world. Constraints on the design and implementation is also included.
created using Powtoon.